A lot of us, I think women of the previous generation, they have worked incredibly hard to come out of difficult circumstances. Many of them have got themselves educated, who've become professionals, perhaps engineers, bankers, doctors. And in the process, somewhere, we did not pause to think of what is it that our ancestors knew about menstruation, or we just rebelled against everything that they know. So everything that was practiced traditionally came to be looked at as superstitious or unnecessary, because modern medicine does not talk about it. So when I interact with urban women, the thing I've noticed there is always two sides to them. One part is the traditional part that wants to hang on to some things but is not able to explain it. And the other is the educated modern woman who is forced to behave like nothing matters and it's something you have to overcome to move forward in life and to be equal to men. I think that's the biggest myth, that your period is something you have to overcome. In fact, menstrual suppression is becoming more and more common. In the US, you have FDA approved pills which you can take to make sure that you bleed only 4 times a year. You can choose or not bleed at all. So this is where the current urban trend is going. But I feel that we've still not lost it in India, because we have a large portion of our population that has its roots in rural India and traditional knowledge. Some of the things that women do, even they don't know why they're doing it, but they're not able to stop doing it. For instance, not going to the temple during their period, or not entering the kitchen when they have their period. And most of it is sometimes imposed by the family, though they're not very happy doing it. I cannot explain the reasons for all of it, but I can only say that all of them have valid scientific reasons for it. We tend to think that these practices are rooted in religion, but religion also borrowed from the science of their times. So whether it is from Islam or whether it is Hinduism, all the practices related to menstruation were rooted in the science of their times. Just an example. So Muslim women don't do the namaz when they have their period. Now if you look at the position that a woman takes during namaz, in yoga that's called Vajrasana. And what do you do Vajrasana for? You do Vajrasana because it activates your Apana Vayu, which is the force that helps with your digestion and excretory processes. It's the same Apana Vayu that causes you to menstruate. So when you're menstruating, and if you sat in Vajrasana, which is the position you take when you have the namaz, chances are you will bleed more heavily. It's the same thing with every practice associated with menstruation. There is a reason that is rooted in science, and we need to understand that, put some effort to understand it before we dismiss it.